Arab Emirates! United Arab Emirates! Stop! Stop! Bombing Tigray with drones!
Bombing Tigray with drones!
Stop! Stop! Bombing Tigray with drones!
Bombing Tigray with drones!
Stop! Stop! Bombing Tigray with drones! United Arab Emirates!
United Arab Emirates!
United Arab Emirates!
United Arab Emirates!
Stop!
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 Bombing Tigray with drones!
Bombing Tigray with drones!
What we want?
Peace!
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 When?
Now!
When?
Now!
When?
Now!
Was brauchen wir?
Freedom!
Was brauchen wir?
Freedom!
Was brauchen wir?
Freedom!
Was brauchen wir?
Freedom!
Wann?
Yes!
Wann?
Yes!
Wann?
Yes!
Was brauchen wir?
Freedom!
Was brauchen wir?
Freedom!
Gerechtigkeit. Was brauchen wir?
Gerechtigkeit!
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 Wann?
Yes!
Wann?
Yes!
Wann?
Yes!
Wann?
Yes!
What do we want?
Peace!
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 When?
Now!
When?
Now!
When?
Now!
United Arab Emirates.
Okay. Salamat.
Salamat!
6 weeks ago, we came together and told the international community that Ethiopia had waged an illegal war on the people of Tigray. Ethiopia told a different story and called it a law enforcement operation against the TPLF. Today, the international community has acknowledged and admitted that Abiy has started a regional war with multi-dimensional aspects, including the perpetration of widespread atrocities amounting to war crimes, ethnic cleansing, a disastrous humanitarian crisis, and the genocidal massacres of the Tigrayan people. 6 weeks ago, we repeatedly said that Eritrea's Isaias Afwerki had conspired with Abiy Ahmed to attack, invade, kill, loot, and rape the innocent people of Tigray. After weeks of silence from the international community, just a few days ago, the United States finally confirmed that Eritrean soldiers are fighting alongside Ethiopians in this illegal war against Tigray. They have also called for an immediate withdrawal of Eritrean troops from Tigray. All that to say to the international community, please don't wait for another 6 weeks to confirm the credibility of our claims. With that in mind, I would like to address the federal government of the UAE. It has been 6 long weeks and counting since the civilian population of Tigray has been and is being subjected to relentless bombardment. Day and night by Ethiopian fighter jets and US-made drones purchased from the United Arab Emirates. We understand the drones are being deployed from Eritrea's military base in Assab. Your Excellencies, as an ally of Ethiopia, we are aware of the important role the United Arab Emirates can play in bringing about a peaceful solution to the ongoing genocide on the people of Tigray. UAE, you can play a positive role to enforce an immediate ceasefire and stop the attack on civilian Tigrayans. Your Excellencies, may I remind you that Tigray is the land of King Najash, the land of Al-Najashi, the land of the first Hijrah, the land of hospitality, the land of righteous kings who wholeheartedly welcomed the first hijrah ila al-Habsha, when Prophet Muhammad's first followers, the Sahaba, fled from the persecution of the ruling Quraysh tribe of Mecca. Inspired by the Ethiopian hospitality, Prophet Muhammad himself instructed his followers to respect and protect Ethiopia, as well as to live in peace with Ethiopian Christians. Since then, Christians and Muslims have enjoyed peaceful, mutual coexistence for centuries in Tigray, in particular, and in Ethiopia in general. The peace-loving and peace-promoting people of Tigray are facing daily, indiscriminate drone and fighter jet attacks. It is now 42 days since food and basic medical supplies, water, electricity, telephone and internet services, banking, transportation, and other basic essentials were interrupted. We haven't spoken to our families in 42 days. We don't know if they're dead or alive. United Arab Emirates, now Tigray needs your help. I repeat, United Arab Emirates, now Tigray needs your help. We appeal to your excellencies. We urge you to exert efforts for immediate ceasefire and facilitate humanitarian support as a matter of urgency. We are grateful for UAE's recent humanitarian support gestures, but these resources should be allowed to be channeled to the affected people. Human rights groups are warning that international refugee laws have massively been violated by the Ethiopian and Eritrean forces who have kidnapped, tortured, and killed the refugees. Humanitarian aid has been blocked from reaching the affected civilians. Abiy Ahmed is weaponizing hunger. This is a clear war crime. We urge you to refrain, UAE, from indirectly taking part in an ethnic-based genocidal war against Tigray by stopping all financial support to Ethiopia, who is using these funds to finance this illegal war and committing grave crimes against humanity. We urge you to call for an immediate halt to the devastating drone attacks. The fighter jets and UAE drones have caused massive civilian casualties and destroyed several civilian infrastructures. We ask the UAE to refrain from being an unwitting and unwilling participant in this grave atrocity on the state and the people of Tigray. We thank you, UAE, for doing your utmost in ensuring that the people of Tigray are no longer subjected to this inhumane, pointless, unnecessary, and unjust war. Every minute counts. I would also like to take this opportunity to address the international community at large. Whilst we are extremely grateful that the illegal and inhumane war on Tigray waged by dictator Abiy Ahmed is starting to get more coverage on reputable international media outlets, we would like to urge them to refrain from referring to the TPLF, or the Tigray People's Liberation Front, as a rebel group. This is a gross misrepresentation of a legitimate and registered political party, which for decades formed part of a coalition with several other Ethiopian political parties and successfully transformed Ethiopia into a double-digit growth nation that boasted internal stability and by extension ensured stability in the entire region. TPLF in September of 2020 took part in democratic constitutional regional elections and was elected by over 2.75 million Tigrayans. and as such should still be recognized as the legitimate ruling party heading the government of Tigray. It still has the constitutional mandate, the formal power and legal authority to hold the office of the regional government of Tigray state, with Dr. Debretsion Gebremichael as its president. The brave men and women of the Tigray Defense Forces under the TPLF are currently fighting to defend their people from invaders that include the Ethiopian armed forces of Abiy Ahmed, Isaias Afwerki's Eritrean armed forces, armed Amhara regional special forces, and brutal Amhara militia, amongst others. TPLF is not a rebel group. In contrast, Abiy Ahmed was neither constitutionally nor democratically elected. He was appointed midterm in 2018 by the coalition government EPRDF. His only mandate was to transition the country to the next election in May of 2020. He failed to hold elections using the COVID-19 pandemic as an excuse to postpone elections indefinitely, the makings of a dictator. As of October 2020, in the words of the learned Dr. Tsagai Arasa, Abiy has no constitutional mandate, no formal power, no legal authority to occupy public office of the Prime Minister. As someone who has overstayed his tenure, Abiy is a civilian who has forcefully and illegally taken the authority to serve as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ethiopia. He has no legal power and consequently no right to command the Ethiopian army. The army on its part does not owe him obedience. This is a war waged without the necessary lawful authority. If anyone, it is Abiy and his group seated in Addis Ababa who are the treasonous ones. Thank you. Tigray Adijeganu. Tigray Tu'wet. Huwahat Adjohum Naina. Tigray Adijeganu. Tigray Tu'wet. Huwahat Adjohum Naina. Tigray Adijeganu. Tigray Tu'wet. Huwahat Adjohum Naina.
Maske, Maske.
Botschaft an die internationale Gemeinschaft. Die Welt handelt nicht und gibt einen Sinn für das Massaker an tigrayischen Menschen durch äthiopische und eritreische Kräfte sowie Amhara Spezialeinheiten mit Milizien. Mein Herz blutet für meine schönen Menschen in Tigray, die Gewalt aushalten müssen und 50.000 Leute sind nach Sudan geflohen, in eine Stadt mit Elektrizität, Essen, Medizin und Bargeld. Die Welt soll nicht nur zurufen, sondern auch was unternehmen, weil im Moment sterben viele kleine Kinder, weil sie verhungern müssen, keine Medikamente haben oder weil sie schwer verletzt sind. Bitte helft uns, den Krieg in Tigray zu stoppen. Awad mit Tigray. عوض تجرينا عوض تجرينا عوض تجرينا عوض تجرينا عوض تجرينا عوض تجرينا Stop bombing in Tigray. 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 Stop bombing in Tigray.
Abiy Ahmed is a killer. Abiy Ahmed is a killer. Abiy Ahmed is a killer. Abiy must go. 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 people. How we stop people? How we stop killing people? Stop killing our people. Stop killing our people. How we must go. How we must go. How we must go. How we must go. What we need. What we need. What we need. What we need. When? 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 How is a killer? 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 How we must go. 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 Isaiah must go. Isaiah must go. Isaiah must go. Isaiah must go. Stop war in Tigray. Stop war in Tigray. Stop war in Tigray. Stop killing our people. Stop killing our people. What we need. 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 When? 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 What we need. What we need. What we need. What we need. When? 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 How is a killer? How is a killer? How we must go. How we must go. Stop killing our people. Stop killing our people. Stop genocide in Tigray. Stop genocide in Tigray. Tigray تعود. انسعينا. كل عواتنا. أيهم ناينا.
Respect, bro. Get out.
Okay. How will I get Emirates! Stop! Bombing! Our people! Emirates! Stop! Bombing! Tigray! Stop! Bombing! Tigray! Emirates! Stop! Killing our people! Emirates! Stop! Bombing! Tigray! Egypt drones! Stop! Bombing in Tigray! Egypt drones! Stop! Killing our people! Stop! Killing our people! Stop! Killing our people! Emirates! Stop! Killing children! Stop! Killing children in Tigray! Stop! Bombarding in Tigray! Stop! War in Tigray! UA! Emirates! Stop! Killing our people! Stop! Killing our people!
Down, wala.
Down. Ayerlian and down Abi. Uzi ko Emirates ko. Malas ko na Abi. Ethiopia embassy ko tatala na yun.
Emirates! Stop bombing! ولا عبيت عايز اشلح الطريق من روان
Thank you! And our people!
غريب أنا أسأل لا والله وده عبدي بحالة الموت بحالة الموت مو يويس اوكي امبارح كان دي كانسلو كان اكرين حوالنا What do you want? Okay. جابوا
قبلكم وعلكم رح ندوعلكم تقاروا دك حجر تقراي كل جزء شقري بس شقر كاي وص نحنا إيرتراويان أحواتكم هابون مخومينا زلنا حفتنا يكرم دايكونسي بزيادة بزعبة وقطري هابون أحواتنا تقاروا نساء خمدلنا كل سوف فلطة يكفى تقراوات كساقا يخلو إيرتراويان يساقيو أرمين زخون سرعات هم